all of us, we are born with limitless potential. We can achieve so much more than we are doing at this very moment, and we've got that in us. But then there is something that would determine whether we do achieve that potential or whether we don't achieve that potential. And that something is the action that we are taking. Welcome everyone to LifewithLiza podcast. Our mission at LifewithLiza is to share people's stories and the challenges that they have overcome, so that those who are listening in can get the strength, the courage, and the hope to be their better selves. And I just wanted to talk to you in this episode about how crazy is that some people don't ever want to meet their best self or to know who they could have become if they went full out and bet on themselves. And for me, it's so scary that some people would not even want to see that. They would not want to know how much of unrealized potential they're having. Isn't it crazy? And it all started by me posting this reel saying, they say that the worst hell is when the person you are meets the person that you could have been. The person that you are now meeting the person that you could have been. And then the comment section exploded with so many people saying, oh, I would never want to meet that person that I could have been. It would be so bad. And for me, it was one of the most inspiring phrases I've heard, because I started imagining how would that person look like, what they would be doing, what kind of action they would be taking, what kind of life they would be living. And I started having these images in my mind of how my life could have looked like. And it was so inspiring because it pointed out to the gap between where I am now and where I could have already been, and how much more it's possible for me to actually achieve. And then I started asking myself, what can I do differently? And then I started taking a different action. And I feel like this is the question that I'll be coming back to quite often, just because of how insightful it is, and it gives you perspective. Because actually all of us, we are born with limitless potential. We can achieve so much more than we are doing at this very moment, and we've got that in us. But then there is something that would determine whether we do achieve that potential or whether we don't achieve that potential. And that something is the action that we are taking. So if you're not taking the action to achieve your full potential, it doesn't really matter how much potential you have in you if you do not take the action that is necessary for you to realize that full potential. And that's why I'm actively trying to do that in my own life, with working out, with reflecting on my life, with pursuing the challenging projects, because I want to see where my limits are, where my current boundaries lie, so that I can push them further. There is nothing as sweet as coming to the limit of what you think is your potential and then pushing it a bit further and getting better. But the only way to do so is to actually take action, and to take action that's challenging you. So I think it's very important to understand yourself, and that comes with a lot of self-awareness. So to ask yourself, what are my interests? What are my goals? What would I like to get better at? And especially with the new year coming up, I think it's as relevant as ever to do so. And then once you ask yourself those questions, see, what kind of action can I take? What kind of goals can I set that would be definitely a bit more challenging, so that I'm not that sure that I can achieve them, but definitely the ones that will push me. And that's why this year, the theme for this year for me was the podcast, because I really wanted to push myself with the podcast to see, can I actually release 100 episodes in 100 days? And now we have only, 8 days left? 8 more episodes left? Isn't it crazy? It definitely pushed me so much. And that's what I love about the challenges, because the challenges show you who you are and how much of the untapped potential is to have in you. So if you're interested in igniting your full potential, I've also created a course that I'm sharing more about on my social media, but it's definitely the one that will help you tap into that limitless power of your full potential, upgrade your mindset, make sure that you take action consistently and feel connected with your purpose. So if that's something that you would like to do, let me know. You can reach out to me on my social media. But even if you don't do the course, it's just so important that you realize that you need to have the self-awareness regarding what are your goals, what are your interests, what challenges would you like to pursue, and then to take that action consistently so that you can actually get better and tap into that potential of yours and to meet the person that you could have been. Because my biggest fear is that, as they say, the graveyard is the place with the best ideas, the best thoughts, the best projects that just never came to life. So don't take your full potential, unrealized potential, take it to grave with you. Realize it, put in the work, put in the action, contribute to the world, because you have so much in you, and it would break my heart if you don't use it, if you don't bring your best self forward. It would be such a loss to the world, and that's something that is my mission. I really want to prevent that from happening. I hope you enjoy this episode, and I hope that you do want to meet that other person who the person you could have been. And I hope that you do actively take action to actually realize your untapped potential and bring it into this world. If you did enjoy this episode, please be sure to subscribe to this channel, to like this video, and then I see you in the next episode.